Oops, there we go. Sorry. Sorry, YouTube. I remembered sound on Facebook, but not on YouTube. Oh, I told you, it's these dark nights, they are. It has got to me. It has got to me already. Right, so we should now have sound on both YouTube and Facebook. Words tonight are escaping me. So I'm going to grab a little bit of acetate. There we go. Because I want my colour to be where we're going to put our frame. So down this side, yeah. And I'm just going to ink this up. So we're going to do a bit of a splodge to begin with. Because it's always a very good place to start. If you're not sure what to do for a background, get a bit of splodge action going. And then take it from there, because you can't beat a splodge, can you? Mine is quite dry, which is kind of what I wanted. Let's just see if I might just do it a little bit wider. So we'll pop a little bit coming out here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, did I? Never mind. That'll do. And a bit more up there. There we go. You can see that, can't you? Evening, Victoria. So let's get that dry. So I do like a splodge. Always good to start with a splodge. There we go. I'm done with my acetate. It can go back in the pile. I'm just going to dry this off. And in my head, I'm not sure if we're going to go for more like a sympathy thinking of you style card, or bring this colour up. So I'm not sure. But I've got a nice base to start with, and that's a very good place to start, isn't it, with our base. There we go, that should be good. That should be good to go. So I did put some hand cream on just before we started, so everything's really slippy and slidey. So I want grey. I do. I want my grey. So when I grab my grey, rude. My grey's not in its tub. It's there. Whoopsie, it's there. And I am just going to straighten this out a little bit. So if your paper's a bit, you know, when it's like the Himalayas, we don't want that, do we? So if you just give it a bit of a wiggle, it'll straighten it out enough so you've not got bits poking everywhere whilst you're trying to stamp. Because you really don't want that, do you? No, no, no. We don't want it. So I think I'm going to put, we've got this bigger side, haven't we? So I think I'm going to put my bigger side to the outside and then smaller, and then it'll go smaller again for our saying. Yep, so I'm trying to think, how can I put it? When you read from like left to right, don't you? And it's the same with your card. When somebody's looking at your card, whether they realise it or not, they will look at it from left to right, because that's what our eyes are used to doing. So that's why when you're compiling your cards, think about what's the first thing people are going to see, and then let it follow. Yeah, so I'm hoping I've got this inked up. Yep, so it's always a really good tip, that, just to keep your eye. I've got a hole in my tablecloth somewhere there. I knew I had a hole somewhere. So I've gone for grey because I want this to be quite subtle in the background. But still be there. Hoping I've pressed enough on there. There we go, hopefully, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Ooh. There we go. And then I am going to use some of our extras that we've had with this month's set. So let me grab a stamping block. She says, and I wonder who's been using this one. Can you say made by Rosie? So I wonder who's been sat at my desk using this stamp block. It always makes me laugh because both the kids are the same. They'll say they can't find their personalised stamps. You know, because they're on a stamp block somewhere on my desk. I do make me laugh. I think Rosie's got about 3 or 4 now. But she does like her sciencey ones. So I've gone for our textures. This is the number 1. And I'm just going to do it in grey again. Because it is our background. And this one's going to just go. I'm just going to snuggle it up. There we go. And then I do want to stamp properly because it's got something behind it. Yeah, it looks like glue. So I'm going to do the other one. And I wasn't going to, but I think we might have some splats as well because it's rude not to, isn't it, if we've got our splats. It'd be rude not to have a few splats on there as well. So again, I'm just using my grey. And I'm just going to snuggle it in. And obviously these work on either side. There we go. Oops. I don't think I inked up the top of my stamp there. But if you don't look too closely, you won't notice. And I think I will have a bit of a splat on here as well. I'm just going to grab my splat. And before I start getting splat happy, because you know how it goes, I'm going to pop my flower, because our flower is going to go. Where is my little one going to go? Could do the little one, mightn't we? Oh, decisions. Do struggle with my decisions. There we go. I thought I put a big inky pinky there. You could tell, couldn't you? It's like, nope. I hadn't. I think I might go with the big one. So what I'm actually going to do is do my splats opposite to my numbers. Let's pop that back over there for a minute. And I'm also using oxide. So what's going to happen when I put my oxide on, all these lovely crisp lines are going to end up with a bit of a like chalky covering over the top. Not a problem. And again, I need to make a decision now. Am I going to spritz this, or do I want all that lovely texture to come out? So I think I'm going to spritz. I'm just going to turn it around just to make it easier, because I'm looking at how I've got it on my stamp block. There we go. And again, I'm using oxide because you get so many different colours. So you can see where we've splattered it in the background and now where I've just stamped it as well. There we go. I'm going to use the same size one, I'm not going to use the bigger one. So these were the add-ons that came with, that didn't come with your monthly makers. These are the extras. Pop that in there as well. Ding, ding, ding. I might have been better not spritzing. But you never know, do you? Sometimes. See, I quite like it. just going to give my stamp a quick wipe over. And now we need to start thinking about what we are going to do with that flower. So all this is in grey. So the moment I put any black on here, that is what's going to jump off the page. So I could, in theory, stamp it in black straight onto that. However, I've not tried that, have I? No, let's try that before I do anything else. Susie's loving the Christmas ones. Absolutely. I was going to play with them tonight, and then I realised that I'm not quite sure where my set's gone. So we might have a play with them next week. And just play with all of it next week. But they do, they make really quick and easy Christmas cards, don't they? But they make really nice cards, full stop, this set. It's just so nice to use. Nice doesn't seem to describe it very well, does it? But it is. It's a good set to use. Easy, simple, bish bash bosh if you want. Or you can start layering it up a little bit, like we are doing tonight, using your different textures, your colour stamps, and all of that. So I need to leave a bit words. I tell you, I see it's gone dark outside and my brain just switches off. Bear did ask if I was going to be okay coming out in the dark. I didn't think that was black. It's grey. I don't want grey, I want black for this bit. There we go. I keep meaning to write the name, the colour on the side of my VersaFines. Because I always nearly pick the wrong one up. There we go. Right. Got a mark on my card. We'll do it that way, shall we? Oh, absolutely, Susie. If you've made some, get them shared. I'm sure people would love to see them. Because I've been really naughty. I've not shared any samples using the Christmas ones yet. Did I stamp that? I did. You know, when you stamp something, it's like, did I do that in grey or did I actually pick up my black ink? No, I picked up my black one. We're okay. I got the right one. No, it would be absolutely lovely to see what you've been creating using these Christmas ones. Yep, so I'm just giving this a real good try. And I need to decide what colour I want to do my 4-hour. And I can't decide if I actually want a circle as well. I know. I'm no good at making decisions, am I? I'm really not. Do I want... Let me trim this down a little bit so we can have a bit of a play with our layout. See, I always start with a bit of an idea. And it's just... I'm never quite sure where it goes, where it's going to end up. But that's part of the fun of crafting, isn't it? I'm not going to cut it out properly, I'm just going to chop it down a little bit so it gives us a bit of an idea what it will look like. Because I can't decide if I want to cut out to stamp the circle or not. I think I'm going to stamp it, and then if we use it, we use it. If we don't, we don't. Yeah. And that's going to be in black. Ooh, I've had an idea. There we go. Right, idea time. We are going to, I need to figure out which is up and which is down. That way. That way's up and down. So I'm just going to ink up my little circle. And lots of gentle taps. There we go. I've ended up doing most of my stamp. Whoops. No, Maxine, she's talking about the Christmas versions to go with this stamp set. Yeah. The countdown is only myself, Mr. Roo, and maybe the kids that have seen what's in that box. So all of those. There we go. And what did I want to do? I want to do that as well. So I am going to grab... Yes, there's only myself, Mr. Roo, and maybe the kids have seen what's going in those little envelopes. They really are a secret until we start opening them. No, that's the wrong one. I'm going to grab my numbers again, because I think it'll look quite good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to grey. Ooh, lilac flower. That's an ideal one. You can tell I was struggling with colours, can't you? So I need to make sure my numbers are the right way up, because we're not in Australia. Stamp them there. Now we're going to stamp this one in here. Try not to overlap them. There we go. And then I'm just going to use that tail end around to lots and lots of times. Just to fill our little circle up. Nearly. There we go. Right. So we have a number circle. Yeah, so if you have pre-ordered the countdown, thank you. We weren't expecting the volume we got yesterday. It was quite shocking in a good way. So we will be very busy making them this week, and we will be getting them out to you on Friday, which is actually the 1st of November, which is really shocking, really, isn't it? Right, so I think I quite like that. We might use a little bit of blue on it. I know that sounds really daft, that I've gone to all this effort to create a circle that's going to jump, but I think I might want a bit of blue on that. And we like Lynn's idea of using violet to go with it. And I know I always jump to my brushes, but I think brusho works so well with these guys. And where's my violet? There it is. You see, I love it when that happens. You know, when you go to your drawer to pick the colour out, and the colour you're thinking about is there right in front. It's almost like, you know, it's one of them, isn't it? Right, I was thinking of that colour, it's there looking at me, it's meant to be. Maxine's asking, how long will we get to buy the countdown? Up until December. They are going to be sent out first class. So as long as the post doesn't go a bit haywire like it did the other year, I would say right up. It will take us a couple of days to pull it together, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, they'll be available right up until December. There we go. Right, so I am just going to quickly paint this. Oh, too much water. And that's the nice thing as well, is we can't run out this year because it's not in a box. There's nothing that we should run out of making those calendars, well, unless we run out of polymer, but we never let our polymer run down too low. In fact, we've got a barrel due this week. Because Mr. Roo is very good at making sure we always have enough polymer in. And the company we get it from are really good as well. They normally turn it around pretty quick. But we say we need polymer. And Bear loves it when polymer arrives. They come on these really big wagons with like a tail lift. And if he's at home, he always goes and speaks to the driver because it is, well, it's a tail lift truck, isn't it? I mean, let me just check that this colour is going to work. Do we think? I think that'll look lovely, won't it? There we go. Right. Ooh! I nearly splattered that. I don't know what I nearly splattered it on, but I did. I used to love it during lockdown, actually, when we were getting lots and lots of polymer delivered. It was like a highlight of his week. The big truck tail lift. And they were always so good with him. Because obviously they got to know him as well. Because it used to near enough be the same driver. He got to use the controls and things. It was really sweet. You know, these guys that were running around during COVID, and they took the time to let a young lad learn all about tail lifts and the hydraulics and things. Let's just keep going with that because I've gone a bit heavy-handed, a bit quick. It's okay, we can recover ish, maybe. So I'm just going back in with almost raw brush and just letting whatever moisture is either in my brush or on the paper activate it. That does look pretty, doesn't it? It does look a completely different colour on screen. I've just had a look. We did do a little video a while back. I'll see if I can pull it out somewhere. It's really hard to film when it's actually being made because it's all done with UV lighting and things to get the polymer to cure. So it's hard to film because it's inside a big machine. But we did do a video not so long ago. Well, probably it's a lot longer than I think ago. And Mr. Roo's already coming up with his Christmas list of what he would like, what maintenance he'd like to do on the machines over Christmas. Just start ordering the parts now so we get them. And I'm sure he'll get a helper. Not me. Definitely not me. I think Bertha must be nearly, what will she be? 34, 35 now? I've never worked out how old the little machine is. Right, I think that's right. Let me do this as well whilst I've got my heat gun out. Because we're going to cut it out and then we'll decide if we want a bit more colour behind. Or not. We might not. We might decide, nope, not today. We've got enough colour. So I'm just going to cut this out with a nice white border. Because as always, it makes it stand out, doesn't it? It's like freematting and layering, isn't it? And I'm starting with the stalk because it is the most delicate part. And if I left it till the end, I would have nowhere to hold on to. Oops, she says. Nearly chopped off a leaf. Oops, a daisy. Nearly done. I've never been very delicate when I'm cutting out of her. There we go. Oh, and we'll do our circle as well. It is going back a while. It'll be there somewhere. I'll have a look. So again, I'm just doing exactly the same with this. Just whipping round. And again, it's got that wavy edge, so it really doesn't matter how good or bad your cutting out is, because no one's going to notice. But if you do look closer, you've got all this extra bit, which is just noise, isn't it, around. There we go. Around your stamp, and we don't really want that. So before we go any further, we are going to grab a white pen, if we can find it. There we go. They're not back up on my shelf where they should be. It's one of the little lady's friend's birthdays tomorrow, so she spent the weekend designing a stamp for her, and then she came in to make a card as well, which is why things aren't quite where they should be. So again, I'm just going over with my white gel pen, not whitening it out as much as I'd like it to. Come on, warm up. All the other ones there, let me see if I can get it. Oops. Threw it the other way as well. There you go. This one's actually got ink coming out of it, which is always a start. There we go. Slowly making my way around. And again, I'm not being too fussy about making sure I'm getting the line perfect. But hopefully you will see. Let's remember which is up and down. Don't want my letters going off to Australia on me. Numbers even. There we go. Just do another little bit down there. And whilst I've got my white pen, I'm going to put the lid back on that one, and then it needs warming up so I can get my ink moving in there. Put back on my shelf above the heater. Right, whilst I've got my white pen, I'm just going to do my usual little bits on here, because I do think it does make a big difference. Just adding a little bit of white. To it, and I could add it to the frame as well, but I'm not going to. You could tell that was a no, I'm not going to this time. So we're going to put our little numbers in like so, and then we're going to have this coming out the top. So my question is, do I want to put any more colour into that centre circle? And I don't think I do. I think it looks quite nice, that white, because we've got the texture, haven't we, from the I was going to say letters again, numbers. So we've got that lovely texture. However, I think it just helps our flower a little bit. That looks quite nice as well, but I want it. We're going to do it like that. Right, so I'm quite happy with that now. So we want our saying, and then I think that's everything, isn't it, that we need to put this together. Now let's see if we have decisions. Sending a little love, or I have no words, just hugs. I think sending a little love would be nice on this one, wouldn't it? Because I could stamp that straight onto the card, and I think that'd look quite nice. She says. Decisions. Not good at decisions, am I? I think I might just stamp that. Actually, I am. I'm going to stamp that straight onto... Yes, I am. I'm going to stamp it straight onto the card. I'll make a decision. Yes, I am. There we go. And I'm going to do it in black as well, because we want our eye to be drawn to that, because it's the sentiment on our card. Nope, that's grey. I really do need to get some labels on the side, don't I? So we've got sending a little love. And we're going to pop this down in this bottom corner-ish. Just there. There we go. That was brave of me stamping straight into the base card, wasn't it? So I'll pop that back on there. I think we're done with that now. I'm going to give that a quick blast with my heat gun. But I do love this stamp set, it's just so easy to use. And then you've got all the extra add-ons now to go with it. There. I had a moment where I didn't know where my foam pads were. So we're going to get some depth on this card. So we're going to go foam pad crazy. We are. And down that side. I'm going to add a little bit more here, because it's going to have quite a bit of weight on it, isn't it? It's going to have that circle and it's going to have the flower. I'm just going to add one to that side. There we go. There we go, they came off quite easy. No, it's not. Oh, there we go. It's not normal for them to come off that easy, is it? There we go. And you can see I've just got that little bit extra stability under there. I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. And these really do stick, these foam pads, which is why I'm not adding any glue or anything to them, because they really stick. Right, and then we're going to do our flower, but I want it to have a bit more shape than what it's got already. So I'm just going to do a bit of floofing with it. Evening, Rachel. And then we are going to do, so I'm going to do double foam pads under that bit. We'll pop a little bit of gloop under that bit, and I just need a slither of a foam pad down at the other end. Oh, gunk on my scissors. I won't blame Rosie for that, because the chances are that wasn't her, that's probably me. So let's just pop a little bit down here. Dunk, dunk, dunk. go, if it'll get off my fingernail. And then I want some, nope, not there. I'm going to do some right at this end here. And then I'll grab my bloop, just so it's got something to attach to it. So it's more just for that little bit of, again, just stability, isn't it? So it's not dancing around on us. And then we can decide where our little flower ends up. There we go. Looks like it's flying off now, that, doesn't it? Oh, and I love how that has turned out. There we go. You can see, can't you? There we go. These little white dots on our dots, I think, make a big difference. If I knew where my pin was, we would have put some glossy accents on there as well. But I haven't got a clue where my pin is. My glossy accents, I need to get a new one. There you go. We've used our splatters, we used our textures. I love how we've got those numbers inside our centerpiece there. And it was definitely the right call, wasn't it, to make it white and remove that colour. So I think it helps that flower just, looks like almost like a bauble, doesn't it? Yeah. And then we've got our sending with love. We're sending a little love even. There you go. Our monthly make. I do really like that one. And obviously if I was sending it in the post, I might not have foam padded that bottom layer. But I think that looks pretty cool. Oh, thank you all for your lovely comments. So, oh, just noticed my ink. My lid's not on my ink. That was a quick one, wasn't it? So thank you all for joining me tonight. We'll be back next Monday at 7 for the last monthly make using this stamp set, because the week after we've got some fun for the launch of our 50th edition of our monthly make. So yeah, back Monday at 7. Thank you for all your orders on our Christmas countdown. They will be going out from Friday along with our monthly makes for November. Can't believe it's November already. Where has this year gone? I think it's getting quicker and quicker every year, isn't it? I think that's everything, isn't it? So back Monday. I know 50. How can we have done 50 monthly makes so far? It doesn't seem possible, does it? It's amazing, really. So yeah, back next Monday for the last one using this stamp set, and then the following Monday we've got a little bit of fun for our November monthly make. If you want to sign up for November's monthly make, you have until midnight on Thursday to do so, because they will be leaving on Friday, and then the following Monday the Monday after, we will be having some extra fun because we had to celebrate. So I think Bear might be joining us for that one, because he always likes a good celebration, doesn't he? So yeah, that's it from me tonight. Thank you for joining me. Back Monday at 7. Keep your eyes peeled for another sneaky peek at November's monthly make. I think I've already shared that, haven't I? But I'll share it again because it is a good one. And I was trying to remember what we called them. Our Christmas countdowns will be going out from Friday. So thank you all for joining me. Do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.